Hello, my name is Philip. I'm doing this PSA for my social welfare class for University of Massachusetts Global. So I just got finished writing a paper on food insecurity in specifically California, but also the United States at large. I just wanted to go ahead and make this PSA and address what my constituents and what our local lawmakers can do to help out with this problem of food insecurity. So right now, millions of Californians, they have no idea where their next meal is going to come from. They're living paycheck to paycheck, below the poverty line in many cases. And this is in a state that is actually one of the most agriculturally rich in the country. And not only that, but California has one of the highest GDPs in the world, like outranking most developed nations. So for California to have a significant food insecurity problem, and the scope of the problem being about 13% of California households are facing this food insecurity. This is about equal to the national average, but like I said, California is a big state with a GDP larger than most developed nations. How are we having people face food insecurity at this rate? 13% is too high. So food insecurity is directly linked to a lot of poor health outcomes, okay? Like when your stress level rises, your health goes out of whack. It's just observable across the board. The number one contributor to food insecurity is obviously poverty, okay? Anybody that is from California or that has spent any time here knows that the cost of living is insanely high. The cost of housing being probably the largest expense that we're seeing here. But also, we do have things that are combating this problem of food insecurity. The number one being the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP food stamps. That's the number one affront to the problem of food insecurity. So we need to keep food stamps going. There's been a lot of talk recently about the federal government trying to cut food stamps. That's ridiculous. We cannot let that happen. We need food stamps. Food stamps is, like I said, the number one weapon that poor people have to fight food insecurity. Another thing that we have going for us here in California is Medi-Cal. And you might be asking, why does Medi-Cal have anything to do with food? Well, it does, because the rise of medical bills are so expensive in the United States of America that if someone doesn't have insurance, they're going to be basically homeless trying to pay for even the most basic medical expenses, like a doctor visit, a yearly physical, or going to the dentist, getting your teeth cleaned. Just basic stuff without insurance is going to run you out of business. So we need Medi-Cal because it is totally comprehensive and does help people meet their medical needs. So that's what we have going for us in this country. We have to, what can us constituents do? We need to protect those things. We need to, whether it's writing our congressman, state senator at large, or making petitions, using the power of our vote to keep those programs alive. That's the number one thing us constituents can do. Lawmakers, when you're down there in DC, far away from home, remember what's going on in California, and make sure that we continue to have access to those essential programs. That's the number one thing I can say to our lawmakers, is make sure we keep having access to SNAP, no matter who needs it. I don't care if you're making $50,000 a year. If you feel like you need SNAP, you should be able to get it. You should be able to get $200 a month. That's the going rate for just an individual that needs SNAP. You should be able to get that assistance if you feel like you need it. You know what? We have plenty of money, okay? We have plenty of resources. Something like food, no one should go without. So anyway, that is my PSA. Thank you, Mrs. Rangel, for having us here in this class, and I hope that the rest of your year is amazing. And that's me, Philip, signing off on this PSA. Thank you very much. Bye.